Measure for measure. Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Mariana and a boy singing. Take those lips away that so sweetly were forsworn, and those eyes the break of day, lights that do mislead the morn. But my kisses bring again, seals of love, but sealed in vain, sealed in vain. Enter Duke disguised as a friar. Marian. Break off thy song, and haste thee quick away. Here comes a man of comfort whose advice hath often stilled my brawling discontent. I cry you mercy, and well could wish you had not found me here so musical. Let me excuse me, and believe me so. My mirth it much displeased, but pleased my woe. 'Tis good, though music oft hath such a charm, to make bad good, and good provoke to harm. I pray you tell me, hath any body inquired for me here today? Much upon this time have I promised here to meet. You have not been inquired after, I have sat here all day. Enter Isabel. I do constantly believe you. The time is come even now. I shall crave your forbearance a little. May be I will call upon you anon for some advantage of yourself. I am always bound to you. Very well met and well come. What is the news from this good deputy? He hath a garden circummered with brick, whose western side is with a vineyard backed, and to that vineyard is a planched gate that makes his opening with this bigger key. This other doth command a little door, which from the vineyard to the garden leads. There have I made my promise upon the heavy middle of the night to call upon him. But shall you on your knowledge find this way? I have taken a due and wary note upon it, with whispering and most guilty diligence in action of all precept, he did show me the way twice over. Are there no other tokens between you, greed, concerning her observance? No, none but only a repair in the dark, and that I have possessed him my most stay can be but brief, for I have made him know I have a servant comes with me along, that stays upon me, whose persuasion is I come about my brother. 'Tis well borne up. I have not yet made known to Mariana a word of this. What ho within? Come forth. I pray you be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good. I do desire the like. Do you persuade yourself that I respect you? Good friar, I know you do, and have found it. Take then this your companion by the hand, who hath a story ready for your ear. I shall attend your leisure, but make haste, the vaporous night approaches. Will it please you walk aside? O place and greatness, millions of false eyes are struck upon thee. Volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quests upon thy doings. Thousand escapes of wit make thee the father of their idle dream, and rack thee in their fancies. Welcome, how agreed. She'll take the enterprise upon her, father, if you advise it. It is not my consent, but my entreaty too. Little have you to say when you depart from him, but soft and low, remember now my brother. Fear me not, nor, gentle daughter, fear you not at all. He is your husband on a pre-contract. To bring you thus together 'tis no sin. Sith that the justice of your title to him doth flourish the deceit. Come, let us go, our corns to reap, for yet our tithes to sow. Enter Provost and Clown. Scene 2. Come hither, sirrah, can you cut off a man's head? If the man be a bachelor, sir, I can. But if he be a married man, he's his wife's head, and I can never cut off a woman's head. Come, sir, leave me your snatches, and yield me a direct answer. Tomorrow morning are to die Claudio and Barnardine. Here is in our prison a common executioner, who in his office lacks a helper. If you will take it on you to assist him, it shall redeem you from your gyves. If not, you shall have your full time of imprisonment, and your deliverance with an unpitied whipping, for you have been a notorious bawd. Sir, I have been an unlawful bawd time out of mind, but yet I will be content to be a lawful hangman. I would be glad to receive some instruction from my fellow partner. What ho, Abhor's son? Where's Abhor's son there? Do you call, sir? Sirrah, here's a fellow will help you tomorrow in your execution. If you think it meet, compound him by the year, and let him abide here with you. If not, use him for the present and dismiss him. He cannot plead his estimation with you, for he hath been a bawd. A bawd, sir. Fee upon him. He will discredit our mystery. Go to, sir, you weigh equally. A feather will turn the scale. Pray, sir, by your good favor, for surely, sir, a good favor you have, but that you have a hanging look. Do you call, sir, your occupation a mystery? Sir, a mystery. Painting, sir, I have heard say, is a mystery, and your whores, sir, being members of my occupation, using painting, do prove my occupation a mystery. But what mystery there should be in hanging, if I should be hanged, I cannot imagine. Sir, it is a mystery. Proof. Every true man's apparel fits your thief. If it be too little for your thief, your true man thinks it big enough. If it be too big for your thief thinks it little enough. So every true man's apparel fits your thief. Are you agreed? Sir, I will serve him, for I do find your hangman is a more penitent trade than your bawd. He doth oftener ask forgiveness. You, sirrah, provide your block and your axe tomorrow 4 o'clock. Come on, bawd, I will instruct thee in my trade. Follow. I do desire to learn, sir, and I hope if you have occasion to use me for your own turn, you shall find me rare. For truly, sir, for your kindness I owe you a good turn. Call hither Barnardine and Claudio. The one has my pity, and not a jot the other, being a murderer, though he were my brother. Look, here's the warrant, Claudio, for thy death. 'Tis now dead midnight, and by 8 tomorrow thou must be made immortal. Where's Barnardine? As fast locked up in sleep as guiltless labor, when it lies starkly in the traveller's bones, he will not awake. Who can do good on him? Well, go prepare yourself. But hark, what noise! Heaven give your spirits comfort. By and by, I hope it is some pardon or reprieve for the most gentle Claudio. Welcome, father. The best and wholesomest spirits of the night envelop you, good provost. Who called here of late? None since the curfew rung. Not Isabel? No. They will then be here to be long. What comfort is for Claudio? There's some in hope. It is a bitter deputy. Not so, not so. His life is paralleled, even with the stroke and line of his great justice. He doth with holy abstinence subdue that in himself which he spurs on his power to qualify in others. Were he mealed with that which he corrects, then were he tyrannous, but this being so, he's just. Now are they come. This is a gentle provost, seldom when the steeled jailer is the friend of men. How now, what noise? That spirit's possessed with haste, that wounds the uninsisting postern with these strokes. There he must stay until the officer arise to let him in. He is called up. Have you no countermand for Claudio yet? But he must die tomorrow? None, sir, none. As near the dawning provost it is, you shall hear more ere tomorrow morning. Happily you something know, yet I believe there comes no countermand. No such example have we. Besides, upon the very siege of justice, Lord Angelo hath to the public ear professed the contrary. This is his lordship's man, and here comes Claudio's pardon. My lord hath sent you this note, and be by me this further charge, that you swerve not from the smallest article of it, neither in time, matter, or other circumstance. Good morrow, for as I take it, it is almost day. I shall obey him. This is his pardon, purchased by such sin, for which the pardoner himself is in. Hence that hath offence his quick celerity, when it is born in high authority. When vice makes mercy, mercy's so extended, that for the false love is the offender friended. Now, sir, what news? I told you, Lord Angelo, belike thinking me remiss in mine office, awakens me with this unwonted putting on, methinks strangely, for he hath not used it before. Pray you, let's hear. Whatsoever you may hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 of the clock, and in the afternoon Barnardine. For my better satisfaction, let me have Claudio's head sent me by 5. Let this be duly performed, with a thought that more depends on it than we must yet deliver. Thus fail not to do your office, as you will answer it at your peril. What say you to this, sir? What is that Barnardine who is to be executed in the afternoon? A Bohemian born, but here nursed up and bred, one that is a prisoner 9 years old. How came it that the absent duke had not either delivered him to his liberty or executed him? I have heard it was ever his manner to do so. His friends still wrought reprieves for him, and indeed his fact, till now in the government of Lord Angelo, came not to an undoubtful proof. It is now apparent, most manifest, and not denied by himself. Hath he borne himself penitently in prison? How seems he to be touched? A man that apprehends death no more dreadfully, but as the drunken sleep, careless, reckless, and fearless of what's past, present, or to come, insensible of mortality, and desperately mortal. He wants advice. He will hear none. He hath evermore had the liberty of the prison. Give him leave to escape hence, he would not. Drunk many times a day, if not many days entirely drunk, We have very oft awaked him, as if to carry him to execution, and showed him a seeming warrant for it. It hath not moved him at all. More of him anon. There is written in your brow, provost, honesty and constancy. If I read it not truly, my ancient skill beguiles me. But in the boldness of my cunning, I will lay myself in hazard. Claudio, whom here you have warrant to execute, is no greater forfeit to the law than Angelo, who hath sentenced him. To make you understand this is in a manifested effect, I crave but for 4 days' respite, for the which you are to do me both a present and a dangerous courtesy. Pray, sir, in what? In the delaying death. Alack, how may I do it, having the hour limited, and an express command under penalty to deliver his head in the view of Angelo? I may make my case as Claudio's to cross this in the smallest. By the vow of mine order I warrant you, if my instructions may be your guide, let this Barnardine be this morning executed, and his head borne to Angelo. Angelo hath seen them both, and will discover the favor. Oh, death's a great disguiser, and you may add to it. Shave the head and tie the beard, and say it was the desire of the penitent to be so barred before his death. You know the course is common. If anything fall to you upon this, more than thanks and good fortune, by the saint whom I profess, I will plead against it with my life. Pardon me, good father, it is against my oath. Were you sworn to the duke or to the deputy? To him and to his substitutes. You will think you have made no offense if the duke avouch the justice of your dealing. But what likelihood is in that? Not a resemblance, but a certainty. Yet since I see you fearful that neither my coat, integrity, nor persuasion can with ease attempt you, I will go further than I meant, to pluck all fears out of you. Look you, sir, here is the hand and seal of the duke. You know the character, I doubt not, but the signet is not strange to you. I know them both. The contents of this is the return of the duke. You shall anon overread it at your pleasure, where you shall find, within these 2 days, he will be here. This is a thing that Angelo knows not, for he this very day receives letters of strange tenor, perchance of the duke's death, perchance entering into some monastery, but by chance nothing of what is writ. Look, the unfolding star calls up the shepherd. Put not yourself into amazement how these things should be. All difficulties are but easy when they are known. Call your executioner, and off with Bernardine's head. I will give him a present shrift, and advise him for a better place. Yet you are amazed, but this shall absolutely resolve you. Come away, it is almost clear dawn. Scene 3. Enter Clown Pompey. I am as well acquainted here as I was in our house of profession. One would think it were Mistress Overdone's own house, for here be many of her old customers. First, here's young Master Rash. He's in for a commodity of brown paper and old ginger, 17 pounds, of which he made 5 marks ready money. Marry, then ginger was not much in request, for the old women were all dead. Then is there here one Master Caper, at the suit of Master Threepile the mercer, for some 4 suits of peach-colored satin, which now peaches him a beggar. Then have we here young Dizzy, and young Master Deepvow, and Master Copperspur, and Master Starve Lackey, the rapier and dagger man, and young Drop-Air, that killed Lusty Pudding, and Master Forthlight, the tilter, and brave Master Shoetie, the great traveller, and wild Half-Can, that stabbed Potts, and I think 40 more, all great doers in our trade, and are now for the Lord's sake. Sirrah, bring Barnardine hither. Master Barnardine, you must rise and be hanged, Master Barnardine. What ho, Barnardine? A pox over your throats! Who makes that noise there? What are you? Your friends, sir, the hangman. You must be so good, sir, to rise and be put to death. Away, you rogue, away, I am sleepy. Tell him he must awake, and that quickly too. Pray, Master Barnardine, awake till you are executed, and sleep afterwards. Go in to him and fetch him out. He is coming, sir, he is coming. I hear his straw rustle. Is the axe upon the block, Sirrah? Very ready, sir. How now, Abhor, son? What's the news with you? Truly, sir, I would desire you to clap into your prayers, for look you, the warrant's come. You rogue! I have been drinking all night. I am not fitted for it. Oh, the better, sir, for he that drinks all night and is hanged betimes in the morning may sleep the sounder all the next day. Look you, sir, here comes your ghostly father. Do we jest now, think you? Sir, induced by my charity, and hearing how hastily you are to depart, I am come to advise you, comfort you, and pray with you. Friar, not I. I have been drinking hard all night, and I will have more time to prepare me, or they shall beat out my brains with billets. I will not consent to die this day, that's certain. Oh, sir, you must, and therefore I beseech you, look forward on the journey you shall go. I swear I will not die today for any man's persuasion. But hear you, not a word. If you have anything to say to me, come to my ward, for thence will not I today. Unfit to live or die, O gravel heart, after him, fellows, bring him to the block. Now, sir, how do you find the prisoner? A creature unprepared, unmeet for death, and to transport him in the mind were damnable. Here in the prison, father, there died this morning of a cruel fever one Ragozine, a most notorious pirate, a man of Claudio's years, his beard and head just of his color. What if we do omit this reprobate till he were well inclined, and satisfy the deputy with the visage of Ragozine, more like to Claudio? Oh, 'tis an accident that heaven provides. Dispatch it presently. The hour draws on prefixed by Angelo. See this be done, and sent according to command, whiles I persuade this rude wretch willingly to die. This shall be done, good father, presently, but Barnardine must die this afternoon. And how shall we continue, Claudio, to save me from the dagger that might come, if he were known alive? Let this be done. Put them in secret holds, both Barnardine and Claudio, ere twice the sun hath made his journal greeting to yond generation. You shall find your safety manifested. I am your free dependent. Quick, dispatch and send the head to Angelo. Now will I write letters to Angelo, the provost, he shall bear them, whose contents shall witness to him I am near at home, and that by great injunctions I am bound to enter publicly. Him I'll desire to meet me at the consecrated fount, a league below the city, and from thence, by cold gradation, a wheel balance form, we shall proceed with Angelo. Here is the head, I'll carry it myself. Convenient is it? Make a swift return, for I would commune with you of such things that want no ear but yours. I'll make all speed. Peace ho, be here. The tongue of Isabel, she's come to know if yet her brother's pardon be come hither. But I will keep her ignorant of her good, to make her heavenly comforts of despair when it is least expected. Ho, by your leave. Good morning to you, fair and gracious daughter. The better given but me by so holy a man, hath yet the deputy sent my brother's pardon? He hath released him, Isabel, from the world. His head is off, and sent to Angelo. Nay, but it is not so. It is no other. Show your wisdom, daughter, in your close patience. Oh, I will to him, and pluck out his eyes. You shall not be admitted to his sight. Unhappy Claudio, wretched Isabel, injurious world, oh, most damned Angelo. This nor hurts him, nor profits you a jot. Forbear it, therefore. Give me your cause to heaven. Mark what I say, which you shall find by every syllable a faithful verity. The Duke comes home tomorrow. Nay, dry your eyes. One of our convent, and his confessor, gives me this instance. Already he hath carried notice to Escalus and Angelo, who do prepare to meet him at the gates, there to give up their power, if you can pace your wisdom in that good path that I would wish it to go, and you shall have your bosom on this wretch. Grace of the Duke, revenges to your heart, and general honor. I am directed by you. This letter then to Friar Peter give. 'Tis that he sent me of the Duke's return. Say by this token I desire his company at Mariana's house tonight. Her cause and yours I'll perfect with him withal, and he shall bring you before the Duke, and to the head of Angelo. Accuse him home and home. For my poor self I am combined by a sacred vow, and shall be absent. Wend you with this letter. Command these fretting waters from your eyes. With a light heart, trust not my holy order if I pervert your course. Who's here? Good even, friar, where's the provost? Not within, sir. O pretty Isabella, I am pale at mine heart to see thine eyes so red. Thou must be patient. I am fain to dine and sup with water and bran. I dare not from my head fill my belly. One fruitful meal would set me to it. But they say the Duke will be here to buy my troth, Isabel. I loved thy brother. If the old fantastical Duke of Dark Corners had been at home, he had lived. Sir, the Duke is marvellous little beholding to your reports, but the best is he lives not in them. Friar, thou knowest not the Duke so well as I do. He's a better woodman than thou takest him for. Well, you'll answer this one day. Fare ye well. Nay, tarry, I'll go along with thee. I can tell thee pretty tales of the Duke. You have told me too many of him already, sir. If they be true, if not true, none were enough. I was once before him for getting a wench with child. Did you such a thing? Yes, Mary, did I. But I was fain to forswear it. They would else have married me to the rotten meddler. Sir, your company is fairer than honest. Rest you well. By my troth, I'll go with thee to the lane's end. If bawdy talk offend you, we'll have very little of it. Nay, friar, I am a kind of burr. I shall stick. Scene 4. Enter Angelo and Escalus. Every letter he hath writ hath disvouched the other letter. In most uneven and distracted manner, his actions show much like to madness. Pray heaven his wisdom be not tainted. And why meet him at the gates, and re-deliver our authorities there? I guess not. And why should we proclaim it in an hour before his entering, that if any crave redress of injustice, they should exhibit their petitions in the street? He shows his reason for that, to have a dispatch of complaints, and to deliver us from devices hereafter, which shall then have no power to stand against us. Well, I beseech you, let it be proclaimed betimes I the morn. I'll call you at your house. Give notice to such men of sort and suit as are to meet him. I shall, sir, fare you well. Good night. This deed unshapes me quite and makes me unpregnant, and dull to all proceedings, a deflowered maid, and by an eminent body that enforced the law against it, but that her tender shame will not proclaim against her maiden loss. How might she tongue me, yet reason dares her no, for my authority bears of a credent bulk, that no particular scandal once can touch, but it confounds the breather. He should have lived, save that his riotous youth with dangerous sense might in the times to come have taken revenge by so receiving a dishonored life. With ransom of such shame would yet he had lived. Alack, when once our grace we have forgot, nothing goes right, we would and we would not. Scene 5. Enter Duke in his own habit and Friar Peter. Duke. These letters at fit time deliver me. The provost knows our purpose and our plot. The matter being afoot, keep your instruction, and hold you ever to our special drift, though sometimes you do blench from this to that, as cause doth minister. Go call at Flavio's house, and to tell him where I stay. Give the like notice to Valentius, Roland, and to Crassus, and bid them bring the trumpets to the gate. But send me Flavius first. It shall be speeded well. I thank thee, Varius, thou hast made good haste. Come, we will walk. There's other of our friends will greet us here anon, my gentle Varius. Scene 6. Enter Isabella and Mariana. Isabella. To speak so indirectly I am loath. I would say the truth, but to accuse him so. That is your part, yet I am advised to do it. He says to veil full purpose. Be ruled by him. Besides, he tells me that if peradventure he speak against me on the adverse side, I should not think it strange, for 'tis a physic that's bitter to sweet end. I would, Friar Peter, oh peace, the friar is come. Come, I have found you out to stand most fit, where you may have such vantage on the Duke. He shall not pass you. Twice have the trumpets sounded. The generous and gravest citizens have hent the gates, and the very near upon the Duke is entering, therefore hence away. End of Act 4. Amen. Praise be to God. Jesus Christ, John Rastafari. Bless William Shakespeare.